Truth be told, while I was waiting at the doctor's office, I came across this recipe in a Southern Living magazine, which I only picked up to read because I live in the Southwest, and I found it awfully odd that a magazine designed for the land of Dixie was commingling with the magazine's design for the land of enchantment. But man, I am glad I did. You may be wondering why I combined my dry ingredients and left out the sugar. Well, that's because I want my sugar to dissolve with my wet ingredients to ensure I don't get a grittiness and my cake gets the proper texture. The biggest function of oil in most baking recipes is to keep your product moist. It basically captures the gases that are released from the interaction of the baking powder and or baking soda, and it slows down gluten formation to keep your baked goods tender and fluffy in texture. Buttermilk is naturally acidic and reacts to the alkaline found in baking soda. The carbon dioxide in baking soda reacts to the buttermilk, turning it into a carbon dioxide gas, causing more loft and rise with your cake. This will give you a better overall crumb. Not to mention the added acidity reduces your alkaline level, preventing your cake from browning too quickly. And for you calorie counters out there, buttermilk is low in fat and does not contain butter, which the name suggests. Instead, buttermilk is a mixture of milk and cultures and contains more calcium, proteins, vitamins, and minerals than regular milk. Once we've portioned out our batter, let's bake these bad boys off for 45 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or until a wooden toothpick or skewer can be inserted into the center of the cake and it comes out clean. Now let's make our buttermilk glaze, and the key to this is to stir consistently. You're going to get a frothy mixture, and when you notice the color change from white to slightly tan, cut the heat off and add your vanilla. Continue to whisk until the sugars have cooled down and you're left with a caramel-like color. Pour a third of the glaze over top of the cake, allowing it to be absorbed while the cake cools. And after about 15 minutes, turn the cake out of the pan and glaze the bottom and the sides. After it has fully cooled for 30 minutes, slice the 2 cakes in half, giving us our 4 layers to our carrot cake. Carrots have been used in desserts as a natural sweetener from the Fertile Crescent to Western Asia since the early 9th century. In fact, if you wanted to omit the sugar in the cake recipe and sweat your carrots at a low heat to draw out those natural sugars, it would be equally as delicious. Carrot cake first appeared in a French cookbook in the year 1827, but it didn't really take flight until the 1940s. In the midst of World War II, during which time England was forced to ration its sugars, and as a substitute, the government promoted the use of carrots in cakes and in puddings. But things really kicked up when Philadelphia cream cheese hit store shelves in the 1960s, and it was only a matter of time before cream cheese frosting became smothered over top of this delicious cake. Now, as I've said many times in the past, I am not a baker, and I definitely need more practice with decorating cakes. But the unbelievable flavors that this cake has will make it a lot easier for me to practice.